Listen up, because what I'm about to say can change the trajectory of your life forever. Success isn't something you wish for, it's something you create. It's something you build brick by brick with your sweat, your discipline, and your relentless hunger. The difference between winners and losers isn't luck. It's not talent. It's the decision to go all in every single day, no matter how tough it gets. Most people want success, but they're not willing to do what it takes. They want results, but they don't want the pain. They want freedom, but they fear sacrifice. That's why they stay stuck, trapped in a cycle of mediocrity. But let me tell you something, the moment you decide to own your life, to take full responsibility for where you are, that's when everything shifts. Step 1, rewire your mindset for domination. Your mind is either your greatest weapon or your biggest enemy. Successful people program their minds for victory before the battle even begins. You can't think like a victim and expect to win. You can't dwell on the past and create a legendary future. So right now, decide that you are done with excuses, done with doubts, done with waiting. You are here to win, period. Step 2, take massive imperfect action. Success doesn't come to those who sit around planning forever. It comes to those who deal. Get out there and execute. Stop overthinking, stop second guessing yourself, take risks, fail fast, learn, adapt, and then go harder. Step 3, crush your weaknesses. Most people let their weaknesses define them. Champions find their weaknesses and crush them. If you struggle with discipline, build it. If you lack confidence, train it. If fear paralyzes you, face it head on until it has no power over you. Step 4, surround yourself with greatness. Look at the people around you. Are they lifting you up or dragging you down? If you're serious about success, you need to surround yourself with those who push you, challenge you, and force you to level up. If your circle is full of complainers, doubters, and excuse makers, it's time to change your circle. Step 5, never ever settle. The minute you get comfortable, you start dying inside. The greats never stop growing, never stop evolving. They are hungry, always pushing for the next level. That's the difference between people who live an average life and those who create an extraordinary legacy. Your time lies now low. Listen, you don't get a second shot at this life. This is it, right here, right now. So what are you going to do? Are you going to sit back and let life happen to you? Or are you going to stand up, take control, and make your success happen? The choice is yours. But let me tell you something, if you commit, if you go all in, if you refuse to quit no matter what, nothing and no one can stop you. So rise up, step into your power, and go build the life you were born to live. Let's Joe. Champion mentality is not just about winning, it's about becoming the kind of person who wins no matter the circumstances. It's about stepping into a mindset where failure is not an endpoint but a stepping stone. A champion doesn't wake up and hope for success. A champion doesn't wish for opportunities to fall into their lap. They create opportunities. They forge their path. They take every single obstacle, every single challenge, and turn it into fuel for the next breakthrough. A champion understands that the battle is won long before they ever step into the arena. It starts in the mind. It starts with the decision to push harder, to go beyond what the average person is willing to do. Most people quit when they're tired. Champions keep going. Most people stop when things get uncomfortable. Champions embrace discomfort because they know that's where real growth happens. Every single day you have 2 choices: to be average or to be a champion. There is no in between. Champions don't make excuses. They don't look at external circumstances and blame the economy, their upbringing, or their bad luck. They take ownership of everything in their life. They know that the only thing they can control is their effort, their attitude, and their resilience. While others complain about how hard life is, champions are out there putting in the work, sharpening their skills and building the mindset necessary to win. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is a choice. Champions understand that pain is part of the process. They don't avoid it. They don't run from it. They use it. They embrace the struggle because they know that's what forges their greatness. A champion's mentality is built on pushing through pain, finding strength in moments of weakness, and refusing to back down when things get tough. Most people break under pressure. Champions rise. Champions operate with an unshakable belief in themselves. They don't wait for validation. They don't need someone else to tell them they're good enough. They decide they are good enough, and then they prove it to the world through their relentless action. Confidence is not given, it is built through action, through repetition, through showing up every single day and doing the work, even when no one is watching. That's what separates champions from the rest. When champions fail, they don't sulk, they don't dwell, they don't let it define them. Instead, they analyze what went wrong, they adjust, and they come back stronger. Failure is nothing more than feedback. It's a lesson, an opportunity to grow, an invitation to get better. The average person fears failure, avoids it, and lets it stop them. Champions welcome failure because they know it's part of the road to success. There is no such thing as overnight success. Champions understand that mastery is a process. It takes thousands of hours, countless sacrifices, and unwavering commitment to constant improvement. They don't get distracted by quick fixes, shortcuts, or instant gratification. They focus on the long game. They know that real success comes from consistency, from discipline, from showing up day after day, doing the hard work that most people aren't willing to do. Champions hold themselves to a higher standard. They don't allow mediocrity in any area of their life. They take care of their body, their mind, and their emotions. They understand that success is holistic. They don't just train their body, they train their mind. They feed themselves with knowledge. They surround themselves with winners, and they cut out anything that drains them from vision. A true champion is obsessed with growth. They are never satisfied with where they are. Even when they reach the top, they push for more. They understand that success is a moving target, and the moment you think you've made it, you start to decline. That's why champions stay hungry. They don't let comfort or complacency creep in. They are always searching for the next challenge, the next level, the next mountain they climb. Champions are relentless. They don't stop when they're tired. They stop when they're done. They don't let setbacks define them. They keep moving forward. They stay locked in on their mission. No matter how many times they get knocked down, they get back up. No matter how difficult the journey gets, they keep pushing. They have an unbreakable will, an unstoppable drive, and an unshakable belief that they will succeed no matter what. That is the champion mentality. Dominate your destiny means taking complete control of your life, refusing to be a bystander, and shaping your future through relentless action, discipline, and an unbreakable mindset. Most people drift through life, reacting to circumstances, waiting for opportunities, and blaming their failures on bad luck or external forces. But champions, the ones who truly leave a legacy, don't wait for life to happen to them. They make life happen on their terms. They step up, take control, and mold their future with their own hands. They refuse to be victims of their environment, their past, or their limitations. They understand that no one is coming to save them. No one owes them anything, and if they want something, they have to go out and get it. Success doesn't happen by accident. It's not about talent, luck, or being born into the right circumstances. It's about making decisions that move you forward every single day. It's about refusing to let your fears, doubts, or past failures dictate your future. Every single person has the power to rise above their situation, to break free from mediocrity, and to create an extraordinary life. But that power only belongs to those who are willing to claim it. If you want to dominate your destiny, you must become the kind of person who takes massive, decisive action, no matter the obstacles in your way. Most people waste their lives waiting for the right time. They wait for motivation, they wait for the perfect opportunity, they wait until they feel ready. But those who dominate their destiny know that waiting is the enemy of success. They don't wait, they act, they start before they're ready. They take imperfect steps forward and figure things out as they go. They understand that action creates momentum and momentum creates results. They don't let fear or uncertainty hold them back because they know that hesitation is the fastest way to failure. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is simple discipline. Motivation fades, inspiration is temporary, but discipline, the ability to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it, is what separates winners from losers. Those who dominate their destiny don't rely on fleeting bursts of motivation. They develop habits that keep them moving forward every single day, no matter how they feel. They wake up early, they put in the work, they do the hard things that others avoid. They don't make excuses, they don't look for shortcuts, they embrace the grind because they know that every rep, every failure, every sacrifice is building the future they want. The mind is the most powerful weapon in the world, and the warriors who learn to control it can achieve anything. The way you think determines the way you live. If you believe you're destined for greatness, if you see yourself as powerful, capable, and unstoppable, you will take the actions necessary to make that belief a reality. But if you fill your mind with doubt, negativity, and excuses, you will sabotage yourself at every turn. Those who dominate their destiny master their mindset. They program themselves for success. They feed their minds with positivity, strength, and confidence. They eliminate self-doubt and replace it with absolute certainty that they will succeed. Failure is inevitable, but suffering is optional. Those who dominate their destiny don't fear failure because they understand it's part of the process. They don't let setbacks break them. They learn, they adjust, they get back up stronger. Most people quit after a few failures. Champions keep going until they win. They don't take failure personally. They see it as feedback, as a necessary step on the road to success. They refuse to let mistakes define them, and instead they use them as stepping stones toward their ultimate vision. Comfort is the enemy of greatness. The moment you stop pushing yourself, the moment you get complacent, you start losing. Those who dominate their destiny constantly challenge themselves. They seek discomfort because they know that's where growth happens. They push past their limits, they test their endurance, they break through barriers that most people never even attempt to face. They don't settle for average. They don't accept mediocrity. They're obsessed with becoming better, stronger, and more powerful every single day. Time is the most valuable asset, and those who dominate their destiny don't waste it. They don't spend hours scrolling through social media, watching mindless entertainment, or engaging in meaningless distractions. They use every moment with purpose. They invest their time in learning, growing, and executing their vision. They understand that every second wasted is a second they will never get back. They guard their time with ruthless discipline, and they make every moment count. Success is not about what you have, it's about who you become. Those who dominate their destiny focus on building themselves first. They develop unshakable confidence, relentless work ethic, and an unstoppable will to win. They surround themselves with winners, cut out toxic influences, and elevate their standards in every area of their life. They refuse to settle for anything less than the best, and the best in the tremendous sells every single day. The world belongs to those who take it. Those who step up, claim their power, and refuse to accept anything less than what they truly deserve. Those who understand that they are in control of their future, that no one is going to hand them success, and that they have to fight for it with everything they've got. If you want to dominate your destiny, you must be willing to do what others won't. You must be willing to sacrifice comfort, to push through pain, to outwork, outthink, and outlast everyone around you. Because in the end, success is not given, it is taken. An unstoppable mindset is the foundation of all success. It's the ability to keep pushing forward no matter how many times life knocks you down. It's the refusal to accept defeat, the relentless belief that no obstacle is bigger than your determination. Most people crumble under pressure, give up when things get hard, or make excuses when they don't see immediate results. But those with an unstoppable mindset don't operate that way. They thrive in adversity, they use setbacks as fuel, and they never allow temporary defeats to define them. The world is filled with distractions, negativity, and people who will try to pull you down. An unstoppable mindset means shutting out the noise, staying locked in on your vision, and refusing to let outside influences dictate your path. It means having a level of focus so intense that no amount of criticism, doubt, or failure can shake you. When most people are slaves to their emotions, they let fear control them, they let self-doubt stop them, they let failures cripple them. But an unstoppable person takes control of their mind and refuses to let anything interfere with their mission. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is a choice. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is how they respond to pain. Most people run from it. They avoid discomfort, they take the easy way out, they settle for mediocrity because it's safe. But those with an unstoppable mindset lean into pain. They use it as a tool to grow stronger. They understand that pain is temporary, but quitting lasts forever. Every champion, every legend, every person who has achieved greatness has endured pain, has faced challenges that would have broken the average person, but instead of breaking, they use that pain as a catalyst to push even harder. The way you talk to yourself determines your entire life. If you fill your mind with doubts, excuses, and negativity, you will never break through to the next level. An unstoppable mindset requires you to program your brain for success. You must tell yourself every single day that you are capable, that you are strong, that you are built for this. You cannot allow weakness to take root in your thoughts. You must develop an internal dialogue that is so powerful, so unshakable, that no amount of external negativity can penetrate it. Discipline is the foundation of an unstoppable mindset. Motivation is fleeting. It's easy to feel fired up for a few days, maybe even a few weeks. But when that initial excitement wears off, what's left? Most people give up. They go back to their old habits. They revert to comfort. And they convince themselves that maybe success just isn't for them. But those who are truly unstoppable don't rely on motivation. They rely on discipline. They do what needs to be done even when they don't feel like it. They train when they're tired. They work when no one is watching. They push forward when everything in their body is telling them to stop. Because they understand that the small daily actions are what create long-term success. Fear destroys more dreams than failure ever will. Most people never even take the first step because they are paralyzed by fear. Fear of judgment, fear of failure, fear of the unknown. But those with an unstoppable mindset don't let fear control them. They take action in spite of fear. They understand that fear is nothing more than a mental barrier, a test of how badly they want it. Instead of backing down, they step up. They train themselves to see fear as a signal to push forward, not retreat. Every time they feel fear, they lean into it because they know that on the other side of fear is growth. The world is full of excuses, but an unstoppable mindset refuses to entertain them. Most people blame their circumstances, their upbringing, their lack of resources for why they aren't successful. But those who are unstoppable don't waste time making excuses. They take full responsibility for their life. They understand that no one is coming to save them. They don't wait for perfect conditions. They create opportunities. They understand that success is their responsibility and theirs alone. They don't allow external factors to dictate their level of effort or commitment to their vision. Resilience is the backbone of an unstoppable mindset. Life will hit you with unexpected challenges, betrayals, losses, and setbacks. Most people allow these things to break them. They give up, they lower their expectations, they tell themselves that maybe they weren't meant for greatness after all. But an unstoppable person uses setbacks as fuel. They understand that every failure, every hardship, every struggle is making them stronger. They don't just survive adversity, they thrive in it. They see challenges as opportunities to prove to themselves that nothing can break them. An unstoppable mindset means refusing to be average. The majority of people live their lives on autopilot. They wake up, go to work, come home, watch TV, and repeat. They never push themselves beyond their comfort zone. They never demand more from themselves. They accept mediocrity because it's easy. But those who are unstoppable refuse to live like that. They are constantly pushing the limits, constantly setting higher goals, constantly demanding more from themselves. They don't care what society tells them is possible. They create their own reality based on their vision, not on the limitations of others. Time is the most valuable resource, and an unstoppable mindset means treating it as such. Most people waste time on meaningless distractions, on things that don't move them closer to their goals. They procrastinate, they scroll mindlessly, they waste hours doing things that bring no real value to their lives. But those with an unstoppable mindset guard their time like it's their most precious asset. They are intentional with every moment. They prioritize their goals, they eliminate distractions, and they stay laser focused on their mission. There will always be people who doubt you, try to bring you down, who tell you that you can't do it. Most people let this negativity seep into their minds. They start questioning themselves. They let the opinions of others dictate their actions. But those with an unstoppable mindset don't care about outside opinions. They're so locked in on their vision, so confident in their ability that no amount of negativity can shake them. They understand that most people project their own insecurities onto others. Instead of letting that affect them, they use it as fuel to prove everyone wrong. Growth never stops for those with an unstoppable mindset. They are obsessed with getting better. They are constantly learning, improving, and evolving. They don't rest on past achievements. They don't let success make them complacent. They are always chasing the next level, always striving to be better than they were yesterday. They understand that mastery is a never-ending process, and they are committed to growth for life. There is no quitting when you have an unstoppable mindset. No matter how hard it gets, no matter how many times you fall, no matter how many obstacles stand in your way, you keep going. You find a way, you have to adjust, you fight through the pain, and you keep moving forward. Because you know that the only way you truly fail is if you quit. And quitting is never an option for those who are truly unstoppable.